Yo, you. Yeah, you. You sitting there with all that repressed trauma sitting in the back of your mind. You sitting there talking about all these women ain't nothing, or all these men ain't nothing, and I can't get a person that's into me or into that or whatever. You know what that is? And then y'all don't want to date because y'all get older because y'all worried about fear and all, and y'all just living in fear because fear of losing that person. You know what that is? Trauma. Some of us got PTSD, and it's not just from people who was in the military. You know, mental health, especially in the black community, isn't spoken about as much, right? But what we need to really do, what we need to start doing is taking accountability. Okay? I'm not responsible for your stuff, just like you're not responsible for my stuff. You're not supposed to be getting in a relationship and people aren't responsible for your stuff. They're responsible for their stuff. Okay? Sometimes that person is worth it and they want to do the work. What you need to do is do the work, especially right now if you're like me. You're single. But me, different situation. I am a single parent and both my children are special needs. I definitely need somebody to talk to. I'm not saying that I don't have a circle of people to talk to, but what I will say is that we all need help. It doesn't matter. People have therapists, from the most successful to maybe not the poorest or whatever, but this is what I'm saying. You need to go get therapy. I'm not saying I'm above therapy. You got people like Jay-Z and a therapist. Rebecca Lynn Pope, married. She said she had a therapist for her and her husband, and then her and her husband have separate therapists. Let me explain something to you. As we go on in life, we're going to have so many different experiences. Sometimes it traumatizes us. Sometimes we're not ready for it. Sometimes it's just really rough. And what do? You pocket away those feelings, and people are telling you it doesn't matter. Well, if you feel like you're around people, it doesn't matter. First of all, what you need to do is change your circle. But then really what you need to do is get close spiritually and really go to therapy. You need that spiritual guidance. You need that actual guidance to where people who actually studied and know people better than you think you know yourself, they can help tell you exactly what you're going through. But also what you need to do is, are you ready and willing to accept the fact that you need help? People will go, oh, I don't have access to therapy and blah, blah, blah. And some of those people are like me who have a great job, right? I'm blessed to have a job, and also with insurance that comes with it, right? So right now I have Emblem Health, and I'm going to put y'all on. I have Emblem Health, and this is the back of the card. And on the back of the card, it says Behavioral Health Services. And on the back of that card, now what you do is you call that number, and you press all of the necessary numbers, all of the button prompts, so you can get there and get onto a person, and they can say, how do I help you? When you go say, hey, listen, I think I need therapy, and then they sit down, they have a quick conversation with you to process everything, to know what's going on. I did it. The woman that called me was fantastic. She was wonderful, and it's always good to relate to people, hear people say, hey, I understand how you feel, or they try to be empathic or something like that. Now, I know I usually don't do this. This is a video game channel mostly, but I will tell you that GNGU as a brand will be growing here and there. But this is just one of my, what I want to say, non-video game thoughts. I want people to get better. This pandemic has sucked, right? It's been trash. Now we are on the tail end of the pandemic, and we are going to be doing better very shortly, but you need to hold on. And while you're holding on, you need to seek out a therapist. And you saying you don't have access to a therapist, once again, if you have health insurance, look on the back of your card. Now let me explain something. For people who have Emblem Health, that's like me, the number for it is 1-888-447-2526. You call that number and you tell them what's up. As long as you have health insurance and as long as you're in the system, they will be there to help you. Now, if you don't, there is some free services. All that you got to do is Google it and just get into and call a number and get out into the community. I know what depression feels like. I've been there. And it's a terrible thing. You feel like you can't move. Right now, I'm telling you right now, I understand. All you have to do is Google. You sitting there, and I know, depressed or not, you are sitting there with that thumb scrolling on social media, thinking and loving all the stuff that you can't get to because you haven't gotten your mental health right. Now, what I want you to do is get your mental health right. If you are unemployed, like so many people unfortunately are during this pandemic, try to seek free services for the time being. And once you are employed, get you a therapist. Seriously. I wish y'all the best. And I hope that, this video is productive and it reaches you, because this is going to be on both my Instagram and my YouTube channel. And I'm hoping that it reaches you and you just think, let me wake up. Maybe I need to speak to somebody. Maybe I need to seek someone out. It's right on the back of your card if you have health insurance. And if you don't, there are free services and stuff like that that you can get in tune with from Google. It's right in your community, and you think it's not. People are saying it's not available, but you have to look. You can't say something is not available if you haven't looked. I really hope that this has really been helpful for y'all, because this is just something that I've always wanted to do. I love talking about video games, anime, wrestling, but I also want to do is help people help themselves. Straight up cheese, straight like that. I don't know, all of this pride that some of these men have and stuff like that, I don't know what in the cheese on bread is wrong with y'all. Doesn't mean something's wrong with you if you need a therapist. Even if you are perfectly fine, you can still go to a therapist, get an assessment. They be like, oh, well, you need to do this, that, and the third. We are not perfect. Nobody is perfect. Once you accept that and you decide to move on so you can go and heal, you can become the best version of yourself. You might think that you sitting there working out, busting your butt, and nothing's changing. But then you stop working out and you get there, your mental state, and you're eating all the junk food, stress eating and stuff like that. I would say what in the cheese on bread is wrong with you, but I would say it all starts up here. So what you do is you take care of this right here, and the rest of everything else will get taken care of. Listen, I love y'all. I want y'all to know that. I only have 352 subscribers, but I hope that I reach all 352 of y'all, and I have even more followers on Instagram. So I'm really hoping that this reaches everybody and touches somebody, and maybe y'all getting up and y'all looking. But for right now, this video is finita.